guys, so today we're going to have a look at a solo in the middle of Sultans of Swing, and you'll see it's kind of based on arpeggios and a little bit of a scalar movement. So let's get right down to it. Now the chord progression is very simple. I'm going to use C harmonica. You could say it's in third position. It's in D minor. Chord is the first chord. Then we have C major, B flat major, and A major. That's the main motif here. And the solo starts with a 3-hole draw, bend the whole step. It's A. It's actually the fifth of D minor chord. And it bends slightly into that A flat, like a blue note of D minor, or kind of a passing note to G, which is the fifth of C major in the next bar. And then we go to second hole draw, and we do a little trill on that, using the second hole draw, bend whole step, and releasing it to second hole draw, unbend, and then bending it again. And the same with the blow, second hole blow. Yeah. The second hole blow is E, is actually fifth of A chord that is in the third and fourth bar of the solo. So and now in the fourth bar we have like a arpeggiated A chord. Now I didn't play the complete arpeggio. He kind of mutes the first two notes, and if you're down on the register of harp, you're not going to get it without overdrawing on the seventh draw. So I just omitted the first two notes and I started. So you go there. So because he actually mutes the notes on the guitar, I decided not to play them, so I just did first hole draw, bend half step, and we blow to second hole, then it's 3-hole draw, bend the whole step, and the same note, it's as a 1-hole draw bend, a 4-hole draw bend, it's C sharp, the third of A major chord, and then not hitting the fifth of A chord directly, but doing a bend on 5-hole draw. Okay, so that is actually a major arpeggio. So you'll see in this solo and in actually the final solo of the song, the guitarist uses a lot of arpeggios. It relies heavily on them. So another arpeggio, we're going again to D minor chord. This is just a D minor arpeggio on the drawn notes, and that's on draw holes. It's 4-hole draw, 3 bend whole step draw, 2 bend whole step draw, and 1 unbend draw. So and so that's for the D minor, and then again C and B flat. The C, right? So note C, a 4-hole blow. Doing the little trail again with B flat. It's a chord in the progression. Bending on the B flat. It's a 3-hole draw, bend half step. And going to A again, 3-hole draw, whole step. and going around the note. Now the harmony changes a little bit now. Oh, actually, harmony probably not. Just yeah, the chords change, and we go to F major, right? So we have this nice bend on 3-hole draw from what is it? 3-hole 1.5 step, bend 1.5 step, and release to 3-hole draw, bend whole step. So A flat to A. So that's actually the third of F major chord to the fifth of F major, which is hole number 4. There's F major arpeggiated again. Yeah? And so that's F major arpeggio, 5-hole draw, 4-hole blow. Now 3-hole draw, bend whole step with a little slide bend into the minor third, ending on the root of F major chord, which is 2-hole draw, bend the whole step. And now comes C major chord. And again we have an arpeggio with an approach note from F. Yeah, approaching from the 4th to the 3rd of C major chord. So we have the approach note is F, that's 5-hole draw, and C arpeggio, 5 blow, 4 blow, 3 blow. And now we have a little note from a C major pentatonic scale, which is A, the 3-hole draw, bend whole step. Using again the 5th of C major, it's 2-hole draw. Ending on that C is the root of C major. Yeah, fairly easy. And you can do this thing also. You can do this thing also on the higher octave, on a higher register. Right? The thing is, if you do it in the upper octave, then what comes next is slightly tricky to do. You would need to jump back. So the next change is a B flat chord, and we have this third of B major, which is D, 4-hole draw, and we bend into that. Yeah, so 4-hole bend, and we go to 3-hole bend half step. And that's again D minor arpeggio. Yeah, pretty easy. And there's the this transition to next bar goes across B flat major, so it does this little thing. Again, it's just an arpeggio. The whole B flat major chord arpeggio. So starting on the 5th of B flat major, that's a 2-hole draw, bend the whole step, then 3-hole draw, bend half step, that's the root, B flat. Then a 4-hole draw, 5-hole draw, and going up and down. And what comes next? And playing on the 2-hole with a what is that? It's a 3rd of C major and the 5th of C major. And then this little B flat major chord again. And then the last thing he does, still being on the C major chord, doing the C major pentatonic scale. So that's 3-hole blow, 4-hole blow, 4-hole draw, 4-hole blow again. We could go directly to 5-hole blow, but there's a little bend and you need to use overblow here. You don't have to though. You can play this lick in the upper octave too. Yeah, so, and you can bend that note, that third of C major on the upper octave. And the whole thing finishes just on C, on a 4-hole draw, which is D, and is 9th of C chord. It's pretty easy solo. If you think about it, it really relies heavily on the arpeggios, and that's one of the things, you know. You really should know the arpeggios because they really come handy when soloing, and you can build your solo around the chord notes. And so that's what I would advise. Have a look at arpeggios. I even have a book on that, so if any of you are interested, you can have a look at my website. Now, this is part 1. In the next video I'll do part 2, and it's the final solo, and I dissect that, analyze it properly. It's also just arpeggio based, and it's pretty fast, but it's not so difficult to do once you realize what's going on. So cool. Subscribe, like, share, whatever. See you in another video.